Hello, hello. It's really fun that I'm getting some more questions about the sunset method and how to do it. So, I'm going to give you an actual example of something that happened in my life. Monday, I was supposed to deliver a puppy to the airport, and I got there and had been very diligent to make sure I had everything off the website and knew exactly what I needed to do. Had talked to somebody on the phone, and this puppy was ready to go. So while I'm standing there with all the paperwork and everything, the lady says, I don't know if this crate is big enough and I need to check with my manager. So she leaves, comes back with a manager, and the manager says, well, I don't think this is quite big enough because when he sits down, it's, his head is touching and his hair was touching. So that was true. However, the website never said anything about sitting down except that the puppy is comfortable. And so they had to go get another manager. And by this time has gone by, right? So we're looking at it's too late, basically. So we get to the point where he's like, well, yes, I agree that the crate's fine, but it's too late. You're going to have to reship the puppy. Well, I was livid. I was so angry that they took all this time to ask all these different people to tell me it's fine, to say it's too late. You're going to have to drive up here again, disappoint the new owner, and all of these things. So at night when I laid down at bed, I asked myself, what did I notice today? I mean, guys, I was so mad. I was ready to cry. I was mad. And there was nothing I could do about it. So during the day, I had already worked through the fact that I don't want to give up my peace, like my feeling of peace and joy over this. So I had let it go mostly. But at night, I still noticed their faces. So I noticed their faces. What did I notice about their faces? I noticed that they were stubborn in their face, right? However that was. So now what I would do is say, where do I notice that in my face? I usually notice things in my jaw. So I was like really tight. So I just rubbed it and I said, let it go. Just let that feeling go. Oh, let the whole thing go. Take a deep breath in, blow it out. Peace. I feel peace. I squeeze my wrist. And then I ask the question, how much better can it get? And so I start to imagine it completely different. I walk in there. They're like, oh my gosh, this is the most beautiful puppy. Oh, we're so excited to give him the best treatment. You know what? You can stay with him as long as you want to. And when he's ready, we'll load him up. He's going to go directly to his new owner. There'll be somebody with him. He's going to get treats and water, and we'll take very good care of him. And so this is this is what I could create from my mind and help myself see things differently. So now I could ask again, like, what did you notice? And I could say, I could make a judgment of them. Like, they are stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't even know their own website. I could do that and then find out what makes me know that, how I know it, and then let that go too. So where would I feel that in my body? Maybe it's my eyes, like I saw them. And so I can rub my eyes. I can move my eyes around, say, let it go. Let it go. That thing that I saw with my eyes. And then how much better can it get? So practicing this new memory 3 times, or this new sensation in my body, that feels so good to be greeted at the door and treated so well, and have my puppy treated so well, and everything goes off without a glitch. Feels so good. Practice that 3 times. And then I'm going to go and do 10 gratefuls for the day. So this took like 5 minutes maybe, and I was sound asleep. So what I did was took what I noticed from my day, change it into something that's going to allow me to open the door to feeling differently. Okay? So the story continues, because we had another flight booked for this puppy, and Of course, I had already rewritten it that night before and just imagined what it would be like 2 days earlier. Or, yeah, because Wednesday he flew out. So Monday to Wednesday. So I show up, have to get up really early, get the puppy fed, get him played with, pottied, everything. I know exactly where to go now because I had driven around a couple times the first time, but this time I knew right where to go. I walk in there, and this guy is so friendly. The new worker there was just like above and beyond friendly. I was looking all over for my dog food. I'm like, oh my word, I know I had some. And he's like, you know what? We have extra. We can just strap this on top. Would that be okay? And we checked the car one more time, and then we found it. And the puppy was treated like royalty, and it was the best experience. Now, you might not think that that is because I let go of everything else that happened on Monday, but what if it was? So this is how you do the sunset method. Notice what happened. You're going to notice where you feel it in your body, what you saw or what you heard that bothers you, and you're just going to say, let it go, and give yourself a different sensation as you're letting it go. Give yourself a different sensation. Moving those eyes around, hearing the sound of the breeze or hearing birds or that feeling in your body. You're going to say, let it go, and you're going to massage yourself. You're going to give yourself a different stimulation. And then how much better can it get? And create that new scenario just the way you want it. Okay? Create it just the way you would have wanted it, just the way that feels good to you, just the way that leaves you feeling worthy, empowered, loved, supported, intelligent, all of those things. And then you're going to say 10 gratefuls. And just notice how doing this every evening sets up your day, sets up your morning the next day when you wake up to start noticing, receiving, achieving, and believing that it can happen just the way you imagine it. So please post questions or let me know some of the ways that this is really working in your life. You know, it is a biblical principle to not go to bed angry, and I often wonder, well, how do we change that anger? And it's as simple as allowing yourself to imagine it differently. It really is. But sometimes we need to let go of things in order to do that. So just noticing where it's bothering you, where you feel it in your body, can make a big difference in you actually being able to release it and let it go. Massage it, rub it, tap it. Do what helps you feel better about it. And then get right into imagining it the way you would have wanted it. And see how that opens up the door for a different result. I love you, and I hope that this blesses you, gives life to the creation of who you want to be.